Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 1 of Fillmore's collection. My name is Henderson Fillmore, and I will be taking you on this journey today of a tragic tale of a man who left everything he had on the field, but was granted nothing in return. Let us begin. In the unspoken archives of military misfortune, there is a name that lingers like a forgotten echo. A name that carries not anger, not pride, but a quiet, persistent disappointment. Private Wacker. Now, before the world knew him as the man who finished last in Applebees' infamous bootcamp, he was something far more forgettable. A blank page in a stack of lives already written. He arrived without fanfare, reputation, or promise. Just a recruit, hoping that somewhere in the rigid order of military life, he might find a sense of direction he had never managed to find on his own. But purpose, well, it did not find him. Now, from the first challenge, something in the air seemed to push against him. The training ground was still dark, mist rising off the cold earth as the recruits lined up. Most stood tall, hearts pounding with adrenaline. Wacker stood the same, but the weight of expectation pressed on him differently. Where others felt nerves, he felt something closer to dread. And then there was Sergeant Applebees, a man carved from the very concept of discipline. His voice, a blunt instrument capable of shaking the courage out of even the most seasoned soldiers. Now, to the recruits, he was challenge personified. To Wacker, he was an immovable wall. Applebees demanded excellence, precision, and relentless effort. Wacker delivered something else entirely. Private Wacker fell behind in the beginning, legs heavy, breath already slipping away from the first tire flip. He stumbled through the drills, each motion somehow just slightly off, slightly late, slightly wrong. He pushed himself, yes, but the gap between him and the rest of the squad only widened with each passing day. There were moments, small, heartbreaking moments, where he tried to hide the struggle, a lone figure, trembling through each rep, whispering to himself the next challenge would be different. But it never truly was different. By the middle of boot camp, the other recruits noticed that Private Wacker was falling behind. Not with cruelty, just the quiet, awkward understanding that Wacker was not keeping up. He became a kind of cautionary tale in real time. The man you hoped wouldn't be you in the future. The shadow falling behind the squad. And then came the final test. The ranking who would decide who succeeded and who didn't. When the results were posted, the reaction was not shock, but something heavier. A quiet acceptance of what everyone already knew. Private Wacker, dead last, not even close to victory. A performance so far below the line that some wondered if he had even been participating. Those present say that Sergeant Applebees have never witnessed a showing so profoundly lackluster, not out of laziness, but out of a kind of tragic, suffocating inability to rise. Now for Wacker, this was the final blow. And then, without warning, without a word, he disappeared. No farewell, no explanation. Just gone. Theories spread like ripples through the barracks. Some say he slipped into the forest surrounding the base, moving through the trees with nothing but determination, the shame weighing down his pack, that he vowed to return only once he had rebuilt himself into something unrecognizable. A warrior forged in solitude. Others claimed he boarded a midnight bus heading nowhere specific, sitting alone near the back, staring out the window as the world blurred by. They say his face held a kind of hollow surging, as if hunting for life he had never managed to grasp. And there are whispers, barely spoken, that he never truly left the base at all. Some say they've heard him late at night practicing drills in the darkness, counting push-ups under his breath, still trying to fix the mistakes of the past no one else remembers. But the real truth is, it remains behind sealed silence. What became of Private Wacker is a mystery carved into the quiet corners of military history. His life was a museum of near victories, almost succeeding, almost improving, almost belonging, and it haunted him. A story of ambition, failure, and a man who walked away from the world after finishing last, and he never walked back. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the tragic tale of Private Wacker. I'm glad I got to share this time with you. I'm Henderson Fillmore, and ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you next time on the Fillmore Collection.